Hey everyone, and welcome back to the garden. Today we are going to be sowing some bird and butterfly wildflower mix seeds. So I just wanted to quickly show you how to sow these seeds. The pack I got right here was $8 on Amazon, and it is a really big pack. It has lots of seeds in it, and I'm really excited to sow it. They say that there should be some flowers within 7 to 10 days, so we'll see if that's true, and I'll let you know at the end of the video. So I'm really excited to sow these seeds. So what you need to know to get started is that you want to start by tilling up the dirt that where you're going to be sowing. So there are devices that you can buy that will do this. You like run them across and it will help spill up the dirt. I'm just gonna use a simple garden hoe and maybe a little bit of a shovel just to loosen up that area. And then you're gonna wanna spread these seeds out across that area. You could use a seed spreader if you want to, but you definitely don't have to do these. I'm just gonna do them by hand and just kind of throw them out. And then after that, you're gonna wanna give them a water, but you don't wanna water them so much that they will run off with the water. So just a nice spray, make sure that they stay in place. You can also kind of pat them down with a shovel or something to make sure that they stay in place. That's important because you don't want them going off into other areas where you might not want these flowers. So I'm really excited to get started with tilling the ground and then sowing the seed and then watering. So let's get started. All right, so step one is done. I have tilled up all the area where I'm going to be planting these flowers. Some of the other areas that I didn't till, I have already planted some flowers in them, so I didn't want to till any of those up. And then I just kind of made a little pile on the end of some grass clippings that I ended up tilling out that I'll probably put in my compost. I just didn't want to lay it up there because I don't want the grass to take back over. So now that's all tilled up, I'm going to spread the seed. All right, so I just sowed all these seeds. I do have to say they look so cool. You can definitely tell that this pack comes with a lot of different types of seeds. It looks super cool on the close-up. Oh, now I think so too. So I'll show you guys a close-up of what these seeds look like. All right, so here they are. You can definitely tell there are just lots of different types. So cool how nature makes so many different types of seed. I definitely see some marigolds in there. I don't know what some of these are. They look super cool. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. Some of them are really small. You see the ones that stuck to my hand are tiny. So we'll see how they turn out.
All right, so I'm just giving these seeds a nice light pat with this plastic shovel. This helps to keep the seeds in place because I'm about to water them in just a second. I want to make sure that they don't move around when I water them or run off with the water. So I'm just giving them a nice light pat, and that will keep them in place for when I water them, and that way they will stay where I want them to stay.
So now I'm just giving them a nice good water, help keep them in place and help them start to germinate. You don't want to put dirt down on wildflowered seeds. That would not be what they're used to. They're used to just landing and growing. So no dirt down on top of these. Just kind of pat them into place. You don't want to compact your dirt too much. You just tilled it up. You want to keep it nice and loose to promote growth and give a nice good water after they land so they know to start germinating. Nala is liking this little shower, I think. All right, so when you're done sowing your seeds, if you have any left over, which I definitely do because this is a really big bag, you can save these till next year. You have to keep them dry and cool. So what I do, these might have gotten a little bit wet when I watered out there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a paper towel, and I'm gonna fold it and put it inside there to help absorb the moisture. All right, so I've left my paper towel in there. I let that soak up all the water, pulled it out, and I'm going to add this silica gel packet. It's gonna absorb the moisture before your seeds do. So if you get these in like any of your electronics or different things that get shipped to you, save them because they have lots of ways that you can use them. So I'm gonna put these into the seed packet and then I'm gonna zip it up in the Ziploc and they'll be good to go and save till next year. All right, all I'm gonna do is add this silica gel packet into the seed bag just like this. Kind of just put it down in there and then fold this over, try and get all the air out. Put it into my Ziploc. Try and get all the air out of this. And they're good to go. I'm probably also gonna add the date to this so I remember when I opened them last and remember to use them next year. All right, so I just wanted to wrap up this video with giving you a quick update about the seeds that we planted. So these are all the wildflowers right here, and the sunflowers are the tall flowers in the back. The packet said that they would come up in 7 to 10 days. Didn't find that to be true. I'm only seeing a few like very little blooms going on. I'm still waiting for a lot of these to bloom and it's been about a month. So that wasn't exactly true, but I can definitely tell that there were a lot of different flowers included in the kit and I am really excited to see them bloom. I will include the link for those seeds down in the description below. And to wrap up this video, I just wanted to give a quick garden update because it's been a while since you've had a little tour of the garden. So let's start right here. Our lemon and lime bush is getting lots of little lemons and limes. I'm just gonna be amazed if this actually, like, these really develop this year. This tree is so small, that would be so cool. Right here, our squash and zucchini are doing excellent. You gotta kind of really get down and underneath zucchini to see the blooms, but they're really pretty yellow color here. So you can see a couple blooms are popping up there. And then our cantaloupe is doing really well. Our watermelon is starting to come up. This is a summer fruit, so it's gonna be a while before that is blooming, of course, and growing fully, but those are gonna be huge eventually, but we see a lot of adult leaves here, so that's looking really good. Over here, okra, planted all these from seeds, and they're definitely coming up. We do have something is like eating at them, so I gotta figure that out, but otherwise they are doing really well. Some of my herbs never popped up, so I'm gonna be planting something new. Sometimes that just happens with gardening, some bad seeds. But my cilantro all popped up right here, so that's looking good. And lastly, take you over to this bed. The beans are growing really tall. Once they get big enough, I'm gonna start wrapping them around this trellis. And then our tomatoes, right here, my cherry tomato, is getting lots of little cherry tomatoes right here and a few more right here. You can see that. And my other tomato plant over here has one big one growing, so I'm excited about that. Our pepper plant has quite a few little baby peppers growing. And then, let's see, what else we got going on? Some of these tomatoes are like starting to bloom, but I'm not seeing any fruits yet, so we'll see how those grow. And my cucumbers that I have going in this bed, I actually started this one right here in the corner from seed, and it is growing just as quickly as these ones over here on the left that I started from plants that I bought. So I'm really impressed and happy with how fast that one's growing. So that's all the garden updates. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how to sow seeds and got a little update on the garden. Please subscribe to this channel so that you can keep following along with everything that's going on here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm still waiting for a lot of these to bloom, and it's been about a month. All right, so all I'm gonna do is